Hi, I'm Rappler Entertainment Editor Marguerite de Leon, and welcome to the latest episode of Rappler Talk Entertainment. Today we have one of the stars of Prime Video's new romantic comedy drama, Simula Sa Gitna, none other than Miss Dolly de Leon. Welcome to Rappler.
Hi, Margie. It's so nice to be back here.
Yeah, welcome back, I mean.
Thank you.
So, let's get right to it.
Okay.
So first off, yung Simula Sa Gitna is actually a spin-off of the 2018 film Hintay ng Langit.
Yes.
So initially, what attracted you to the Hintay ng Langit project?
I was very interested in the concept of making a story out of Purgatory.
Yeah.
You know, about that place that you supposedly go to before you go to heaven or to hell. So I was very interested in that. And of course, the chance to work with the late Eddie Garcia at the time in Hintay ng Langit, him and Miss Gina Pareño. So and of course Directo Net Hadaone directing us. So yeah, I mean I'm always into fantastical kinds of stories mga stories na what if, mga ganyan. And also because Mayor Susan, she's such a quirky and not a typical trapo of a politician.
Yeah.
She's very unique. So that's why I was so excited to do it.
Ayun. So, what is it about the film in particular that makes it so spin-off worthy, you think?
I think what really worked with the film was the idea that there are these, there's this place that we only talk about, that no one has really seen. So it's like it brings you to that world of purgatory, or yung kalagitnaan as it's called in the series and in the film. So as a human, you get to imagine, what would it be like to be at kalagitnaan? And what's also fun about it is because they're in a place that's limbo. It's limbo basically, di ba? So it kind of drives people nutty, makes them crazy.
Yeah.
So they have this thing that they use, it's a juice to calm them down.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of really funny elements about it.
That's for me, ang ganda ng production value niya. Kasi you would think that when you think of Purgatory, you might think like heaven or something like fancy or whatever. But here it's like a bureaucratic office style.
Yes.
So ang ganda ng
Yes.
mag-depict.
And pati yung ibaba naman is hell. Ibang-iba ang take ni
Attack.
Directo Net dito. It's different. I don't want to spoil it. You have to watch it to know. But
Okay.
it's not the kind of hell that we imagine as people.
Okay. Yun. So, you started Hintay ng Langit, as you mentioned, as Mayor Susan. So, could you describe the character more to people who were unfamiliar with the film?
Mayor Susan is an idealist. She is a little bit delusional. She believes that change can happen, and that as long as you help each other and you spread love and kindness, then everyone will be happy. She's not a typical she's not a traditional politician.
Yeah.
So she's incorruptible. She has integrity and she has values, and she loves her job in Kalagitnaan. It's like a continuation of her job as mayor when she was still alive. And she's able to do that, helping people, making Kalagitnaan a better place. So she's really a very positive force in that space.
Okay. So, was it easy to restart your character after so many years? Like 2018 to 2020, I assume you started filming this year, 2023?
Last year, I believe.
Last year.
Yeah, it was last year. It was easy. I think it was easy because we spent a lot of time taping those episodes last year. We already shot the series last year, early last year, and the one that's out now is a reshoot of everything. So it was it was a reshoot. So it was easy for me to do it this time around because parang at that point kabisado ka na si Mayor Susan eh. So ang sarap ng feeling going into something that I was very confident about, that it wasn't an unknown space.
Yeah.
So,
this is someone you know by heart.
someone I know by heart talaga. I can play her in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Don't ask me to do it now.
Pero would you say your character has evolved since the film version?
Yes, yeah, she really has. Because in the film version, she was more hoping to get to heaven. Because there's a concept called the ligtas points. You need the points to get into heaven. The more points you have, the better chances of getting into heaven. So in the film, that's her main motivation. That's really her intention to be able to go to heaven. But here in the series, it's really more about making this place a better place, making Kalagitnaan a better place, not really so much getting into heaven. So the kindness that she shows in the series is more sincere. It's really more organic.
Okay. Mas zen na siya.
Mas yan na siya, oo.
Okay. So the show's leads are played by Marisa Cal and Khalil Ramos. So what was it like working with these two young actors?
Oh my God, they're the best. I love them so much. They're incredible, and they have such great chemistry. I was watching them, while we were doing scenes, and I noticed that they had such great chemistry. And then watching the playbacks, they really connected so well. And they're really such good people. They're really so down to earth. And Maurice, I worked with her before, in the first time that we did it, and she's really a great friend. She's so cool, and Khalil also such a cool guy. And they're really nice people, such fun-loving people, and always taking care of us on set. Maurice is always buying food for everyone, always feeding us.
That's nice.
Yeah, she's really sweet.
Okay. So, do you think, speaking of them, do you think like there's a difference between how this new generation of actors tackle their roles compared to how more established actors work in the industry?
I think that the younger generation, mas mas hungry for learning sila. Mas gusto nilang matuto, they want to get better at their craft. They're not satisfied with what they put out there. They always want to constantly make things better and do things better. So it's very refreshing to see that, especially with the young generation.
Okay. So, what's interesting then about the leap from Hintayin ng Langit to Simula Sa Gitna is the first one was made pre-pandemic.
Yes.
Tapos ngayon,
Yeah.
post-lockdown.
Yes.
So, was this something you could sense when you were working on the series?
That there was a pandemic?
Oo, like, na parang you did the film in such a different time. Like a different,
Yeah, it really felt different, super different, especially since we were wearing masks when we weren't on set, and the crew were also wearing masks. So it really felt like a different time, and even the locations that we used were different.
Okay.
So we weren't using the same locations as before, except for one place, which was the actual Kalagitnaan, parang main hall.
Set up.
Yeah, that's what we used, and that was at the Manila Post Office, the one that burned. Yeah, that's where we shot it. So, yeah, it felt really different. It felt really, and because when we did the film, you know how when you go to a space for the first time, medyo may kapaan pa, nahihiya-hiya ka pa.
Yeah.
Pero ito, when we went back, it was the same team. It was like a big happy family having a reunion. We had so much fun.
So you all spoke the same language then,
Yes,
everything.
and we were just, joking around on set,
Okay.
and just, we were just all having fun.
Okay. Saya. Okay.
Oh, sobra.
So, similarly, yung Hintayin was Dolly de Leon, pre-Triangle of Sadness.
Yes.
And then in
Yeah.
Simula, arguably your life and your career has changed quite a bit.
Yes.
So has any of this informed how you're taking on this project?
Wala. Pareho lang. Nothing
lang.
changed. Kung paano ako sa Hintayin ng Langit, same approach as Simula Sa Gitna. And even the way, everyone treated me was the same because they've always been great with me. And kasi nga we're like one big happy family.
Yeah, they've known you for so long.
Yeah, so it was basically the same, and we were still sharing the same tent, still staying in the same standby area, and I enjoyed that because, some people will probably assume I have my own tent and I'm alone, but I prefer being with the cast kasi mas masaya eh.
And I think it comes from theater then, your background.
Yeah,
and
and
it's very communal.
Exactly. When you're backstage, you're sharing the space with everybody. And that's the fun part of creating it. It's being with the people you love.
Okay. Ayun. So, if you had to create your own personal purgatory, what would it look like?
My own personal purgatory would probably be, it's gonna be outdoors in nature with perfect climate, like
Nice.
21 degrees or 20 degrees. And it's just a normal space where you get to commune with other people, talk to other people, and test. That way, your values are tested. And for me, you cannot. It's not fair to test someone's capability to or their their chances of going to heaven in a space that's full of negativity and
Oh, sure.
hardship.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think that the best out of people come out when they're in a safe space.
Yes.
So that and then if pag may nag-misbehave or pag merong hindi ideal ang behavior, talagang diretsong dapat sa baba ka na talaga. That would definitely, and I would have juice like
Yeah,
we did
the
in
juice.
Simula Sa Gitna.
So in that really Zen's garden space
Yeah.
area na yon, parang how would you be able to ano yung ligtas points mo, so to speak?
Siguro para sa akin yung ligtas points is really how you treat each other while
Okay.
you're inside, and yung how everything you do is intentionally good. Yung
Okay.
ganyan.
All right. Ayun. So, given that this show was a spin-off, like, do you foresee future spin-offs in the Hintayin universe? Or as
Yes.
I would like to call it, the Hinta universe?
I do. I see.
Talaga?
Yeah, I feel it. Ang ganda kasi ng kwento eh.
Oo.
Ang ganda. And it was really well thought of by Direct Tonette.
Yeah.
She really took a lot of time and effort into making really good scripts for each episode. And the cast is wonderful. They're all brilliant. So, and the story is really, it's beautiful. And it talks about also sensitive topics about mental health. So, it's very relevant as well. So, yeah, I can see it happening. Hopefully, more than 2 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ayun. So, we're unfortunately at the end of our show. So,
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, is there anything else you'd like to tell our viewers right now?
Well, I just wish that, everyone will take the time to watch Hintayan ng Langit. It's out on Prime Video. This stars Maris Racal and Khalil Ramos, Joel Saracho, marami kami. Okay, Adrian Lindayag, Mean Espinosa. Please watch, support Philippine entertainment, and it's time that we're seen in the global stage, and we can only do that through your help. So, kita-kita tayo. Nod po tayo ng Hintayan ng Langit.
Simula Sa Gitna.
Simula Sa Gitna. Nod tayo ng Simula Sa Gitna.
Okay. Yeah. So, yan. Simula Sa Gitna is now available on Prime Video in the Philippines and select territories in Asia. So, thank you so much,
Thanks,
Dolly.
Margie.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Hopefully, we get to see each other again.
Yes, baka after 1 year ulit. Why not?
Sana sooner. Ayun.
Yes.
So that wraps up this episode of Rappler Talk Entertainment. If you have any questions or suggestions, just hit us up on Rappler socials. I'm Marguerite de Leon. Thanks for watching.